All right, welcome back to We Play Games. I'm Walker, and here we are in Victoria 3, resuming our campaign with Haiti, Liberty or Death. We've managed to conquer a lot of the Central American Republic, puppet El Salvador for now. We're going to annex them in the future. We puppeted Colombia, and we are on the warpath to ban slavery in the world. We'll see if we have time to ban debt slavery, but we're definitely going to get slave trade and legacy slavery off the boards. We're definitely going to have to fight some wars against the UK in the future. Zulu and Orange River sovereignty both have slave trade, and now they're subjects of Great Britain. So the British are not going to be a long-term friend and ally for us when it comes to banning slavery in the world. So we're going to have to do a lot of it on our own. But fortunately, the more that we snowball, the more that we grow by just conquering territories and picking up friends, the easier it'll be for us to take down some of these larger slave states like Brazil or the United States. Hopefully the United States fixes their slavery problem on their own, but if they don't, we will fix it for them. But in the meantime, we're going to fight some wars against Venezuela, probably Ecuador. We'll just clean up as much of South America as we can, just because there's a lot of potential power here for us if we can conquer them. Because we do have two cultures here as Haiti. We have Afro-Antillean, which is going to be an African heritage, and we have Caribbean, which is a European heritage, and of course we also have Afro-Caribbean, which is African heritage. So we can tolerate an enormous number of pops if we want them. But for now, it's just going to be more bang for our buck to be cleaning up territory in South America. There's a lot of money here, and money is going to be a big constraining resource for us, just because there's not a lot of cash initially in the Haitian economy. It's a 300k GDP start, so we're building an economy from scratch here with Haiti. We are going to fight another war against France, hopefully in the near future, but we are working right now on egalitarianism so that we can pick up proportional taxation, and then general staff, which is also going to be huge for our military strength, because having access to skirmish infantry is kind of a necessary thing if you're going to be fighting the French. You also need a lot more troops, but unfortunately for us, the British denied us access to French Senegal in our first war against France, so we didn't get to conquer all of this territory in here. But as any minor nation, if you can conquer this French Senegal and then the strip from Fouta-Toro to Karta to Segu to eastern Mali, not only will you gain access to the Mosque of Djenné, but you'll get access to an enormous number of barracks, because there's just huge armies here in East Africa. They are mostly going to be using non-advanced technology, but that's a very fixable problem. Forgot to mobilize my troops. Oops. Well, good thing Colombia is actually naturally a little stronger than Venezuela, so they don't really need a lot of our help. This is El Salvador is down here leading this war. Of course they are. They have an expert offensive planner. Holy cow, El Salvador. We're also going to feed some more construction sectors back into the economy. Even though we don't have French war reparations to drain off of, we are going to have a lot of puppets here. Puppets pay you more than dominions do, and they have to join your wars. That's both a good thing and a bad thing, because of course if they have to join your wars, then they can't create demilitarized zones, which dominions are really good at doing. But we did just get egalitarianism, so now we can form a new government. We are going to kick the church out just temporarily so we can bring the petite bourgeoisie in. And now, because we switched into land-based taxation, the petite bourgeoisie and the armed forces are both going to be in favor of switching into proportional taxation, which is going to get us a lot of approval with our armed forces, which is going to be a lot of extra strength for our troops, but it's also going to be a pretty meaningful increase in terms of our money. If we can get proportional taxation through, that's 18k right now, versus per capita is plus 10, so the delta between those two at the moment would just be an extra 8k, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you got to understand our national revenue is 28k right now, so 8k is a pretty meaningful increase on a percentage basis. So the switch into land-based is very useful on that front. Yep, we're just tearing Venezuela apart. Yeah, we'll rival a couple of people so that way we get a little bit extra influence. That extra influence is going to be really helpful because we can use it to improve relations and then hopefully avoid interventions by some of these greater powers. We really don't want to be fighting the United States of America this early if we can avoid it, at least not without British support. And we will go ahead and just attack Ecuador right away for the same goals. Puppet, war reps, ban slavery, as Ecuador is another one of these 1 million, or at least it will be 1 million once we bring it in and give it access to the British market, which is going to be a lot of extra money coming in from Diplopacts. And the more money we have coming in from consistent Diplopacts through subjects, the better. Eventually we will need to annex these guys and incorporate them, but for now, I'm happy to just have them around. Money is money. Uh-oh, Brazil sided with Ecuador. All right, let's see. And I think we're gonna go ahead and add Brazilian war reps here. I'm not gonna add Brazilian ban slavery just yet, because banning slavery in Brazil is gonna require us land in Rio de Janeiro, and with 12 fleet, we can't break the Brazilian fleet just yet. But if we can get up to 25, then we can ban slavery in Brazil pretty easily. All right, war between Haiti and Ecuador has broken out. I think we might just send both of our generals over to the Brazilian front to defend, because I think our vassals are probably going to be able to win this war on their own. Yep, right there they are, smashing Ecuador. It looks like Colombia is going to be able to push in against Brazil as well, so maybe we're gonna run the board here, get an Ecuadorian puppet and Brazilian war reps. That would be really great for our economy, actually. If we'd been able to conquer out to eastern Mali, that would have been huge for us, just because there's so many troops here. Like, look at the size of these barracks. 10, 10, 10, 20. If you can pick up all of this territory here, you can catapult your prestige and your power. Unfortunately, the British did deny us access to French Senegal, and it looks like the UK is losing a war against France here. What are the British are fighting the East India Company to ban slavery in Mewar. Well, all right, good for you, Great Britain. That's a strange war that you're fighting right there, but good for you. Maya secession is breaking out. Okay, so that's going to complicate things a little bit. I think we're going to want to bring you home, Ulysses, so that you can fight against Guatemala when they rise up. I assume that's where it's going to be. Yep. Guatemala. Unfortunate. Did I forget to put a violent suppression down here? No, I did. It's just the violent suppression is not enough to prevent the turmoil from exploding Maya here. All right, so Maya has seceded, so we will need to send our troops. Have they seceded? Maya secession, 100%. Well, you know, maybe it's a bug. We'll see if they actually end up rising up, or if we just get this prompt every month. Ah, there they go. That's okay. That's just a temporary setback. We're so far well into Brazilian territory that this should be a pretty easy win for us. They're down to minus 66% war score. So we'll send our main troop over to put down this uprising and then get back to the hard work. I think that costs us our incorporation though, which is kind of annoying, but that's fine. You know, sometimes when you have violent revolutions, it sets you back a little bit. There's a life lesson for you. It's not all free construction and daisies. Although it is free construction, so we'll see what they're going to build a sugar plantation. I mean, sure, whatever. A sugar plantation's a sugar plantation. And now we have Brazilian war reps. Awesome. So we could build another construction sector here, I think. Yeah, let's toss another construction sector in, because we have Brazilian war reps and we're only on high taxes. We're only on high taxes because we need the legitimacy. Proportional taxation is stalled a little bit, but you do what you got to do, and proportional taxation is a lot of money in comparison to land-based. It'll be more once we get Guatemala back, obviously. But this is a good opportunity for us to bleed off a little infamy. I don't hate to see it. Yep, just gonna completely roll Guatemala. So then that'll be an easy war. And now we need, oh shoot, I need to establish a colony in Kenya. I should have done that a little while ago. But by establishing a colony in Kenya here, if we are going to be banning debt slavery, you kind of have to colonize Kenya and Maasai, so that way you have access to Uganda, or Kenya and Turkana. Either one will give you access to Uganda and then the greater Lake Victoria region. But you need to do that, because otherwise you can't get to these decentralized nations, and we've already hit a little snag on our ban slavery thing. Great Britain has turned Zulu and Orange River sovereignty both into subjects, which is going to make things a little more complicated. Not impossibly so, but the more territory that Great Britain takes control of, the harder it's going to be for us to ban slavery. One of the many advantages of actually being in the British market is that anytime you discover a new technology, it's pretty easy for you to adopt those new technologies as a smaller nation, just because you're going to have access to the supply most of the time for whatever the new input is. Even if you have to overpay for it initially, not a big deal. All right, we crushed the Maya secession. So did that cost us incorporation? Yeah, it did. All right, but that did remove an awful lot of turmoil in Guatemala, which is going to be neat. Holy crap, proportional taxation. You were just bouncing all over the place, huh? All right, you know what? We'll cancel proportional and we'll come back to it. We need a better role there. But fortunately, we did get Brazilian war reps, which basically is the same thing, sort of. If you squint, All right, well, it's 10 months before we can hit our proportional taxation roll again, so we're just going to switch back over to a high legitimacy government, let these guys run on their own for 10 more months, and then we'll switch back to our lower legitimacy proportional taxation government. And we're going to go ahead and start expanding in Africa as well, because if we have to go this way to get to Messina by going up Dahomey and then colonizing Mosi, we can do that too. So we'll puppet Dahomey here. We'll take war reps, ban slavery, and Ashanti does have an enormous army if you can pick it up. So we may end up wanting to puppet Ashanti as well, so that way we have a more consistent ally here in Africa to help fight against France. Because we are going to need to fight France again, and the more people that we have to throw at their colonial possessions, the better. We'll bring the armed forces back into government just to push into patriotic fervor, because a little bit extra offense and defense never hurt. The best thing that you can get for offense and defense at the beginning of the game is still Teodoros Solomon out here. Teodoros, the Outlaw Prince, is just phenomenal. But the second best thing that you can get is Artillery Commander. It's really good because it's just a big flat bonus to your stats. Later on in the game, Offensive Planner and Defensive Planner become a lot better, but at the beginning, you want just like flat numbers rather than percentages. All right, there we go. Just gonna crush Dahomey here. You know, once we have skirmish infantry online and we've puppeted a couple of these guys in here, we might puppet Sokoto. Sokoto puppet would be really great for Haiti. It's a lot of troops. All right, so we've puppeted Dahomey. If we puppet Oyo, is anybody gonna intervene? Sokoto, are you gonna intervene? We only have 25 infamy. Probably not. So yeah, let's go ahead and just start puppeting people. Look at these GDPs just like explode whenever you give them British demand. Ecuador's already up to 1.38. That's a lot of money. And the reason, of course, that getting subjects as a subject is so strong is just giving your new subjects access to your overlord's resources and demand just dramatically increases their GDP. So it's going to increase in turn the amount of prestige that's just like floating around in the world. And therefore it'll make it harder for some of these edge nations to hang on as minor powers. So right now, if Peru-Bolivia drops below 36, they'll become an insignificant power, at which point we could puppet them. But we can probably make that even harder for them by just growing our own prestige, because it is based off of like average prestige in the world. We blew past our opportunity to start proportional taxation earlier, so let's fix that up. Let's go back to this and then switch over to proportional. And hopefully we get it this time, because we really could use the money. We're burning it up right now. All right, we banned slavery in Oyo. We're going to have a front with Great Britain. So yeah, let's go ahead and just puppet Benin as well. Whoa, somebody embargoed Great Britain. So now we're going to have to adjust our trade routes. But we're going to be able to adjust our trade routes and feed in silk imports, which is going to make us bananas amount of money as the part of the British market here. Yeah, wow, we're just going to crush through here pretty easily. But this is going to be great because we're going to have a very large army here in Africa to project power against the whatever colonial interests show up. So while it might be a bummer that we didn't get to take French Senegal, I think it's going to be okay. I think we're going to be able to go this way to get to Messina, and then we'll be off to the races. All right, we hit central banking and we puppeted Benin. So now we are at 30 infamy. So we could make Sokoto into a dominion and then float back down below 50 pretty quickly. I don't want to be above 50 for a particularly long time, at least not right now with our economy, because we do need so much trade in order to keep growing. But you know what? Ashanti is only 7.5 infamy to puppet, and that's a pretty huge army we get there too. So let's just do that. I think that'll be good. Oh, looks like trade resumed on silk, so silk just crashed in price for us. But that's okay. That's part of the game here in Victoria 3 is balancing your trade routes. It might be a little micromanagey in a way that some people find annoying, but I think you need something to micro, and I think that the game has deliberately chosen to make it be an econ micro simulator rather than a war micro simulator, and I actually really appreciate that. All right, so we got proportional taxation through, so we can switch back to a higher legitimacy government this way. The armed forces are still going to be loyal enough to give us a patriotic fervor bonus. But now, I think it's actually appropriate for us to set up charity hospitals. We just need mortality bonuses because we have a desperate need for pops. And Haiti has already set up a level 2 education, colonial affairs, and law enforcement. I think we're going to need to incorporate some more pops so that way we can keep colonizing quickly in Kenya. That is one of the advantages of picking up all of these pops out here. This is 2.1 million. This is 700k, 1.7 million. 1.9 million. So just annexing some of these territories and incorporating them will really help us out in terms of colonization. So we'll do that after we're done with our puppets here. Dedoy, we hit proportional taxation, so of course that means that now we need to increase our construction sectors. It looks like Guatemala could probably use one because there's our iron deposits here, and I think we'll put one in Costa Rica as well because there's coal there. And you know what, we'll throw one on Santo Domingo too for good measure because we haven't actually built a construction sector there yet. It's all been in Haiti. 3 more construction sectors all at once sounds like a lot, but look, we have just an infinite amount of cash now. Yes, some of that is Brazil, but only 6k, so that's fine. All right, puppeted Ashanti, banned slavery there. So now we have just an enormous number of troops available to us locally here. So I guess we have to decide, are we gonna, oh, nope, we're not gonna decide. France is already at war with Great Britain again. Okay, well, we can't use Great Britain then to help fight the French, but Argentina and Chile have both fallen to insignificant powers because we've just been pushing up prestige in the world. So I think what we're going to need to do here is puppet Uruguay and then use that to puppet or dominion Argentina and Chile. We'll see if we want to make these guys into full-on puppets or into dominions. If they're full-on puppets, they're going to cost us slightly more infamy, but they will, of course, join in any future wars that we need to fight. Because with a Uruguayan puppet, it's going to be pretty easy for us to march straight into Argentina and Chile. Although Chile, with their national militia on hand, they have 28 troops that they can raise. That is a big advantage to being a national militia, by the way. Like, the general consensus that you should just be in professional army all game long is not true. Professional army is strong. It gives you access to a larger barracks level, but national militia just gives you an enormous number of troops. Like, look, we could mobilize 33 battalions if we were in national militia. So at the beginning of the game, if you're a smaller nation and you do have the economy necessary to run a really large navy, it can be useful to just go into national militia so that way you can save on construction points and not have to build up a whole lot of barracks. Mind you, it does mean that you're going to need to do a lot of mobilization at the beginning of wars, and so you're going to see the price on weapons fluctuate a lot. But if you're doing trade because you have a lot of navy and therefore a lot of interests in the world, it should be pretty easy for you to balance out your costs in regards to your military stuff. And it really does just give you an enormous army if you can't pick up this stuff in here. Oh my god, we're up to 70% on enacting charity hospitals. Well, that means we will get it through. So that'll be nice. So I think we can go ahead and puppet these guys too. And it's great. It's just more money and more freedom because we are banning slavery here. So I guess the question to Argentina is, do they choose liberty or do they choose death? We're already up to 140 troops total in our puppet sphere. I mean, mostly they're going to be no cannon irregulars, so that number dramatically overestimates our strength. But 140 troops with Haiti in 1854 isn't too bad. I don't hate it. Well, it looks like Argentina has chosen death. Bad news for them. If we don't win this easy front fight here, we do have a naval invasion following up to hit their capital. All right, we finally got charity hospitals, and we have central archives done in 7 weeks, and that'll fix our bureaucracy shortage. There we go. It'll actually give us an enormous overage in terms of our bureaucracy, but that's great because it is time for us to add some trade routes here. What we're doing with free trade is we're just going to be prioritizing productivity. That's kind of like the most important thing when you're in free trade and you're trading. You're just trading for money. The more money you can get into the hands of your capitalists, the more money they'll give to you in form of investment pool. And the more investment pool you have going on, the less your government has to spend on construction. Yep, looks like Argentina is going to commit all of their troops to the Uruguayan front, and we're just going to send our troops straight up La Plata and capitulate them this way. It's a pretty nice advantage to having a reasonable sized navy here. And generally, if you need to have somebody independent and powerful for a long time, then it's actually better for them to be dominions than puppets. So that way they have more money moving around inside their internal economy. But the AI doesn't, like, prioritize their growth perfectly, and so it can be pretty useful to just annex things outright. All right, we've defeated Argentina. I think we're just going to make Chile into a dominion. Our army is large enough that we don't necessarily need to make everybody into a puppet here. And Argentina is a good enough front for us to fight Peru, Bolivia with. We don't need two fronts here. There's also another front in Ecuador and Colombia. So we have just like 1,000 fronts out here that we have to manage already. And we do need to fight Peru, Bolivia eventually. But you'll note that we actually can't ban slavery in Chile. They do not have slavery on the books. So we are kind of just like beating them up just because. But, you know, we're doing it. We're just going to make sure that Chile's economy grows. They just need the same opportunity everybody else gets. Oh, the United States sniped part of Kenya. Those jerks. Oh, no. All right, well, we need to make sure that we can get through to Masai. That's going to be really important. If the U.S. blocks us out there, then we're probably going to just want to conquer Zanzibar. It's a lot of infamy to take that instead, but we need a way to get to Masai and to get colonizing there. All right, we got atmospheric engine, so we're really close to rail. Great. And rail is going to actually be huge for us with an economy this small, because we just desperately need pops. And rail does represent automation, which is going to be pretty nice. Oh, and you know what? I promised we were going to build a university, so we are going to actually build a tiny little university here in Haiti. All right, we subjugated Chile. We just need one more province. We just need this right here, and then we can start colonizing into Masai, because eventually the US are just going to blob all over Kenya, and they'll have control of it. But if we can finish colonizing Kenya here with the American assistance, intervention, imposition, if we can finish colonizing here, we can get into Masai, because as soon as this state is done, we can colonize off of there into Rift Valley. If we just direct conquer Zanzibar, that's 12.5. Oh wait, oh no. Oman is a dominion of the United States of America, and it looks like Oman got to keep slave trade. All right, so we're gonna have to fight the US on that front too, because we're gonna need to ban slavery in Oman. All right, so I think that's going to be episode 2. We now have skirmish infantry, so all we need to do in order to be strong enough to fight France is take that enormous army that you get to see every time we fight somebody, and then annex all of these guys, annex all of our subjects, and switch their barracks over to using more useful weapons, right? Colombia has 22 troops right now. If we annex them and give them skirmish infantry, our army strength is going to explode. And we do have the cash for that, so maybe that's how we're going to deal with all of our enormous overages in terms of our economy. Annex your subjects. That should be pretty good, and see a really big Haiti here in South America. All right, that's Walker. Take care.